not many people know what a wrapped asset is when it comes to certain chains. So this video is going to explain how this is working and why it's a big deal. And it's also going to be some XRP news that's come out in the past couple days. I haven't made an XRP video in a whopping week, but this right here is not financial advice. I'm just showing you on the direction that this stuff is going. On screen, I am going to explain the difficulty of XRP's price rising and dropping. So, as you can see on the, I'm going to say pinkish looking line, that is the regular USDC dollar, which is supposed to stay at $1. It doesn't move. And here is the reason that XRP has problems. Now that line represents Bitcoin's movements. And the way that XRP is kind of shackled to this asset because Bitcoin, because of its dominance in capital, or if you want to call it market cap, it drags everything with it. Now, before I get attacked by people in the comments saying I say a whole lot of nothing about XRP, that's not true. If you look at all the stuff that I talk about, please click on my links. Everything will be in the description box. This is talking about the future of digital assets. There are so many channels out there that are saying, hey, you're going to get rich, and this channel is all about making money. That's okay, but you're lying to your people that are watching you, saying, okay, this is going to happen sooner than later. The problem with people like that, don't even take it in consideration what's going on between even gas prices, oil, the barrel of oil, that you're looking at the Iranian conflict, which that's starting to look like pan out in the United States' favor. But the overall macros when it comes to Bitcoin following everything else across the plane, from stocks to bonds to even just flat out grocery prices sucking. I mean, Bitcoin was supposed to be, I'm going to put this in quotes, the hedge against inflation. The problem with the hedge against inflation, it's not hedging against all the difficult stuff that it's hedging against. It's supposed to hedge against. Now, if you are in smaller cap coins, which I'm going to call trash coins, your memes that they keep printing every day, that's hurting this space too. So if you're holding a bunch of garbage Doge 1001s that were minted on Solana's blockchain, that's a part of the problem too. All that money's getting drugged down, and Bitcoin has a long line, and all it does is tip the scale, everything dragging it around. It's so dumb how this space works, but it sucks. It actually sucks. The thing that's going to help XRP eventually, whenever a lot of money goes into it, and it helps balance the scale out against Bitcoin's dominance, that's where you're going to see it have to break off eventually. It's going to have to take lead, kind of like Ethereum being able to hold its own a little bit, but Ethereum being its market cap gets drugged down. But this video is going to talk about Wrap XRP on Solana. What these two assets doing, working together and being able to be wrapped is you'll be able to transfer and trade in and out of, and I have the contract address that is verified in my thumbnail. This is going to help more exposure to XRP. If you want to go from Solana real quick to XRP on the same rail, which is staying on the same line with each other, it's kind of like buying a meme coin off of the Solana chain. But this right here is verified, and it's been getting a lot of attention because XRP is working on the side of it. The only thing is Solana, it's way more expensive than XRP, so a lot of people are going to look at, well, XRP is a trash coin. But if you hold both, that's cool. It's not going to hurt anything, especially if you believe in the future of this stuff. The only reason I'm talking about this because I've been messing with this contract in a couple of wallets. It seems to be working just fine, and Phantom Wallet introduced me to it. I made sure everything was legit and had a check mark, which means verified. I'm not saying it's completely safe. Nothing out there is safe. There's so many hackers and liars. It's unreal. But like I said, everything in the description box. the actual launch of Solana being on, or having XRP join it, that shouldn't affect the price unless people are buying a lot more XRP. Is starting to say, okay, well, if you have two major players working together, it should work. It's still drugged down by Bitcoin. Solana is too. But like I said, this right here is your indicator. Please do your research when it comes to holding something and trying to time any kind of purchases when it comes to this Bitcoin asset. I am not a fan of it. There's too much falseness when it comes to the creator of it, people having lots of it, and they call it decentralized. When one person can sell a lot and it moves the price that bad, to me, that's not decentralization, that's manipulation. Now, the other thing that's holding a lot of things back is this Clarity Act that the banks are fighting Congress, and Congress is fighting the crypto people in general. Not long ago, you had the Biden administration fighting all of us for this space. They don't want us to make any money in this space. They want to have all the assets and all the, I'm gonna say it, investing whenever it comes to yielding. That Congress wanted all that. And it's, I hate to say it like this, the left side, the blue side, Elizabeth Warren, the big banks, and people who ever voted her in need to understand what they're doing. They need to stop voting people that hate you wanting to get ahead with your finances. But yeah, I hate drawing up my videos. I apologize, but please, everything will be in the description box. Do your own research, especially if I leave the links. Please read up on it and understand this. But Solana, XRP, with Clarity Act, it's going to change a whole lot of stuff. They are actually classified as commodities thanks to the CFTC and the SEC working together on that too. So there we go.